What just happened in Tata Steel Chess Tournament in the Netherlands, round 11, is pretty out of this world, because this guy, Fabiano Caruana, is the world's second best chess player. Not only that, he's got the world's second best chess throw. Some grandmasters like Hikaru even vacation there once a year, and so when he sits down at the board, classical chess tournament, you kind of shake in your boots, right? He's incredibly strong. But what does young Ramesh Babu Praggnanandhaa do? Playing with black here, he rocks up and just takes the fight to Fabi. What a game we then saw. Let's check it out here. We see d4. No, we don't. c4. I'm terrible at this job. Now we get d4 here. I knew it was coming. A queen's gambit. This one comes out. The exchange, Carlsbad variation. Now the bishop streams out. c6. All standard stuff. So we're rattling through. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. The knight could come to f3, but this is really common. Leaves the f pawn to roll. Rook e8 hits the half open file. h3. This pony starts an epic journey, and after this one, always get your bits out. We see knight on f8, no mate, and castles queenside. DJ Andrea Botez starts spinning those beats. The crowd are loving it. We get b5. Pragg really going for it now, trying to rip Fabi's head off, and always play king b1, keep Lord Hans Feingold happy. a5 now. We almost get a little roar from Praggnanandhaa. He wants to kill. e4 is actually a good response already here, but instead Fabi prepares it with pawn f3. Given the question mark, but a bit harsh, it's still a good move. Going to get that big centre. And now bishop e7 not only breaks the pin, but it anticipates e4. We've gone to the back cave. This didn't happen, but if it did, whoops, I thought I had this line prepared. You can take with the knight and you open up this tactical stuff. If takes, well, there you go, and you've won a pawn. If you try and do this first, we can take with check. Line goes on, but then black picks up here and is doing quite well. So that's why we see takes on f6, giving the bishop pair normally a boo-boo. Most guitar masters want to hold on to those bishops, but now once you do that, you can achieve e4 and you're rumbling through the center. Now why not captures? Takes, win a pawn there, clean pawn. Well, then there's this malarkey and you open up here. Again, line goes on and on, so we don't want to go too deep on it. It didn't happen, but white stands a bit better. Black's got a lot of pieces on the Etienne back row. So we come back. We saw the move of a4. a3 shuts down pawn to b4. Pragg doesn't care. Plays it anyway, sacrifices a pawn here to then achieve this pawn push. That little juicer's running. b3 keeps the lines closed, and you could go a2 check, but then the king's going to hide on a1. You use this as an umbrella, or a brolly as we'd say in this country. So queen b6 is instead played. Looking at both of these weakened pawns, you're therefore going to win one of them back. So what does Fabi do? Well, he has different good moves. You could take here, good way to play. Push b5, but okay, he goes king a2, tucking the king into bed there, trying to get it safe, and now you could take here, good move, or you can do this, then take on b4. It's the more accurate way to play, I should have said, sorry. But what one does Pragg go for? Well, he decides to take in the center of the board. Very natural to break up those strong
mushrooms.
These ones are perennially weak now. But after knight takes, your queen is in the firing line, of course. You got to be a bit careful. So Fabi goes b5. You'd love to have done some discovery and fossilization, but you can't quite achieve it. So this is now the point. If takes, you now take, and you're doing a double whammy. That is not good. So we run it back. Bishop d7 is a great move here. And after bishop c4, the queen's about to die. No Botez gambit today. Good move by Pragg. Now we see takes. Bishop recaptures. The materials level, but what a tense position, right? Both players attacking, and that explains this move. Fabi wants to target that kingside pawn. It's a bit weak, so rook e7, pours some sugar on the defense. The knight centralizes and hits the rook. If you take, well, wow, what a monster of a bishop. I mean, what does it prefer? Right, sorry, even taking with the pawn is more powerful for the passed pawn. But either way, don't touch that one. So that's why rook b7. runs away from the attack, pressures this weak pawn here. Rook f5 activates, prepares to double. Now this rook comes to the c file. Never comfortable to have your queen opposite. You could go for the exchange of queens here, but Fabi goes queen d3. Keep the pieces on, keep the tension. Knight e6, very natural. These rooks double here, pressuring that weak pawn, and that's why bishop e8 covers it. And there is now a threat to jump in with knight d4. You know, the rook left the d file here, so that probably explains this backwards move. Fabi didn't just forget which way his rooks are supposed to go. This one's coming, he's anticipating it by removing itself from that square, and after queen b8 pressuring the b3 pawn, we now get Fabi just kind of thrashing a bit, right? Not that I'm saying I exactly know what the best plan is here. Do you possibly push some pawns or something? I'll get my words out. Well, either way, he doesn't go for any attack on the black king. He plays rook c2, and now after the c-horse is born, pressuring 3 points here, Fabi makes a big blunder here. Where should he put that queen? Well, on e2 or d2 is the best policy. You have to add some defense to this rook, basically. What he does, though, is queen to e3 here, and it's a big mistake. You can see the bar just drop there. Stock barnacles pooped its pants. We've not seen a blunder this big since Fabi went to a chess fancy dress party. He thought he heard them say come as big bird, but they actually said come as a big nerd. That was very embarrassing for him. He got through the night, thankfully, but it wasn't ideal. How can you now win this position with the black pieces? Can you find the tactical breakthrough? Well done if you saw the move. Knight takes on b2. Why is it so powerful? Well, if you capture here, not played, then this is the winning shot. Rook takes on c2. This is why the queen needed to be here. Now you could take back with the queen, and you cover then the bishop, no issues. Black can't get through to this b2 square. But as it is, the queen is here. So now you have to take with the bishop, and you've opened everything up. And now here's the finish. You go check. If you take the pawn, by the way, then of course you're just not long for this world. You know, you can pick up the bishop. So now all the materials level, but of course the king is getting hunted. You either get checkmated or lose tons of material in the defense. And if instead of taking the pawn, you step backwards, well, now it's not even about winning the bishop. There's a checkmate in 2. This is quite a common motif. You check from here, and of course you can't step to the b file, so you have to take the rook, and then you use the pawn and the queen. Really nice attacking use of that foot soldier. So these are the problems. This is why you can't touch. This is all coming. That's why rook b1, desperately trying to shut down that b file pressure, but now bishop a4. I mean, all of Pragg's feces now plowing into the attack. Bishop d3, terrible capitulation is coming. What was better? Queen f2 apparently, but you know, black significantly better now, attacking and hasn't even sacrificed. But this one allows a brilliancy. Pragg finds it. What a guy. Knight c5.
This I missed.
Great move. Now what's the point? Well, if you take here, picking up the offered piece, then there's rook b2 check. You don't actually take. Again, you're getting mated, or if you step back, you're getting mated. This kind of thing, right? So you can't do any of that. You can't touch the piece here. Let's run it back. What if you first take, then try and capture the piece? Again, you've got the problem here. You know, this is the theme of it all, right? So we run it back. You can't touch it. You can't touch it. So Fabi, low on time, about a minute on the clock, right? He goes for some desperado, knight e7 check, and he's saying, please take, please take. Then, of course, I win your queen here. Lovely jubbly. Even king f8 really bad, apparently. Didn't explore this. Why? Knight takes on c8. I presume you're going to be taking with a check. Not ideal. Okay, so we come back. King h8 was played. It's the winning move because now when Fabi takes on b7, by the way, he's just got so little moves now. You know, he's in a world of pain. There's all these pieces hanging. Well, not quite that one, right, because of the queen, but he's got serious problems. So he does this, but queen recaptures, and now you've got two threats. One is to win the knight, and one is to win the rook on c2, and you just can't deal with everything. You know, if you take the rook here, well, bishop takes 6 here and you're threatening mate. This is the problem. And pick up the knight. You know what to do. How do you even stave this off? I'm not sure. It's saying this and this. Just absolute craziness. There's nothing you can really do. Obviously, this is hopelessly lost. You're about to get checkmated. So in this position, we see the desperate move of bishop a6, going for this skewer stuff, but it's just no good. You know, you can't take with the knight. This is bad. Then you do take here and supported by everything like that. But what you can do is just ignore this and take the knight on e7, and here we see resignation from Fabi. He's got absolutely nothing. If you take the rook on c8 here, then again you win this rook. So black's an entire minor piece ahead. The attack rages on. You know, if you try and save this rook, I don't know, rook d2 or something, what's the move? Knight takes on a6. You're 2 minor pieces down. There's just nothing left to be said. Black is crushing it. Incredible game by Pragg. And these are now the standings. It is tight at the top and it's all the youngsters. 2 more rounds to go. It's really hotting up. Do smash subscribe if you never want to miss a future video, and have a look at the video on screen for another epic game of chess. Cheers.